All right, time now for our Make Me Your Mayor feature. Today we speak to Brett Herron from the Good Party. Now he's aiming for the Cape Town mayorship. Let's get to know him a little bit better. He joins us all the way from the mother city. Brett, good morning to you and thank you so much for joining us this morning. I suppose before we get into knowing you and what your I don't know, aspirations or even strategies that you have in place, should you, of course, bag this mayorship, role. Let's talk about the decision here that we have seen, whereby it seems that the ANC will be able now to have their plus 90, candidates at least put up in the databases and put on the candidates list rather for nomination. I mean, I know different political parties were not too happy with this decision by the IEC to open up to the ANC. Where does the Good Party stand?
Hi, Tumelo. Look, I think the decision by the IEC, in our view, is the constitutionally correct decision. Once the voter registration period was reopened and the proclamation or promulgation of the election date was set aside, it follows constitutionally, as far as we can see, that new voters who register as voters or voters who correct their registration should be entitled to stand as candidates. So the candidate process, the reopening of the candidate process really flows from the setting aside of the election date or the promulgation of the election date and the reopening of the voter registration period. Yeah. Let me also say that, as a party, we would like to go into the elections and we would like to win wards. And if we beat the ANC in those wards, we would like it to be because they were on the ballot paper and the voters rejected them, rather than because there was some capturing error or some negligence at Luthuli House.
And with that being said, then moving on to your focus now as the Good Party, you'll be contesting at least 1,000 wards in 45 municipalities across 5 provinces. But just on the mother city alone, I mean, sure, Cape Town being marred by challenges across different municipalities and even communities. What difference do you bring as yourself, Brett Herron, but also representing the Good Party?
So, I mean, as you say, Cape Town is an amazing city and it's got everything going for it to be a city that makes progress, that's at peace with itself, that deals with the past but moves into the future. But we have challenges. We have some of the most beautiful neighborhoods in the world, but we also have neighborhoods where sewage is running through people's homes, where parks are broken, where roads are broken. We have we have areas where it's safe for children to play in the streets and to raise your children, but we have communities where children are murdered through gangsterism and crime, and so we have businesses that are so ready and available to contribute to building the city, but we have a city that is closed for business and mired in red tape. So we have all the things that are in place, the people, the skills, the means, the money, but we have no political will right now to address there's inequalities in the lived experience of Cape Townians, and those lived inequalities are massive. So what I would bring is the political will to address the massive inequalities, which doesn't mean neglecting what we have in place already, but certainly means fixing what is broken.
Yeah, the issue around voting and voter turnout is also seems to be a hot debate at this moment, Brett, especially with COVID as a pandemic. But also, I mean, in the past, we've seen this trend where people, if they're not too happy with a certain government or administration, then they say, hey, listen, I'm not going to vote. I'm withholding my vote because I'm just too upset with what's happening in my community. What's your message right now in less than 30 seconds to those who may be feeling like they do not want to vote at all, but also even with the challenge of the pandemic, also questioning if these elections will be free and fair?
So my starting point is that we can have a better city of Cape Town, and we can make everybody's life much better, and we can improve the future and give people real hope. But in order to do so, we need to be voted in, and in order to be voted in, we need everybody to be registered to vote. So there is a voter registration period that's opening now, and I'm appealing to those people who are tired and disillusioned to register to vote and to use your vote to make change. And if the Good Party is your choice and you give us the opportunity and we disappoint you, you can take your vote away in 3 years' time in 2024.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much. Brett Herron from the Good Party. Thank you for joining us.